Today, I'm back at it with the Japanese. I kind of stopped for a while. There's a couple of reasons for that. I was getting bored with my little format here. And also I realized that my streams are like awful because my bitrate, I have to keep it at like 600. So that was discouraging for a little bit, but I think that what I've decided is that I've decided that I'm just going to do the streams at 600 bitrate. That's fine. I'm recording it locally anyway, so it's not a big deal. And I can upload the streams to YouTube in 720p. And just focus on YouTube for now. I think that's fine. And then as far as the getting bored thing, so I mean, Japanese learning languages in general, there's a lot of grinding involved. I mean, there's a lot of words in a language. It's hard to get through all of them, and it's even harder to remember half of them that you get through. So it's gonna be a grind, and I'm not great at that sort of thing. I lose patience quickly with repetitive things. So I gotta try and keep it moving, keep it flowing, keep finding ways of making things interesting for me. And I think I've got a couple ideas for that. But I don't want to stall too long here at the beginning. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie up some loose ends. So first of all, I got this topic mining list that I made up. I only got one section left, so I can probably just breeze through that. I say that, it's probably going to take the entire time. But if it doesn't take the entire time, then I also have the Anki flashcards to get through. Where did my Anki go? Okay, there's an update pending for that, but I'm gonna ignore it for now. I also have to get 7 more sentences for my Japanese sentences deck, and then I can start doing that. And I think that will be easy enough to make entertaining on stream. I just add stakes, gamify it a little bit. Shouldn't be too bad. But and then if we get through that within an hour, then I'll probably do some more planning stuff on stream, and I'll go through some of the ideas I've had to make the streams better. So let's start by reviewing what we have so far. Because I mean, I've been doing this for like a couple weeks now, and I've totally forgotten like what's going on. So for music, we have genre, which is just genre. For instrument, we have gaki, which I actually heard in the wild the other day, so I think that one's kind of locked in. Gaki, although I still need to memorize the kanji for it. Sing is utao, and then song is uta, and they have the same kanji, but the u at the end for sing. That's one that's easy to remember, and I see that kanji a lot on VTuber streams. Rhythm, melody, I suppose. Concert, concerto. Music in general, ongaku. So I think I have remembered that pretty well. And then musical performance, enso, I think. Yes, enso. And then song we already went over. So that, I think all this stuff I've actually retained pretty well. Other than enso. I think enso is the one that I haven't retained super well. So as far as exercise, and I think I did this one on a stream that I never posted to YouTube because I was just like, I don't know, I was out of it a little bit. Gym, fitness, body development, right? So this is one that I need to remember. This is karada zukuri, Karada zukuri. Karada zukuri. That's going to be a hard one to remember. It's kind of long, and I don't have any context for, like, anything, what it means. Barbell, it's just barbell. Free weights is free weights, yeah, or free weighto, I suppose. Hoshiru, is that Hoshiru or Hashiru? I believe it's Ha, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Ha. Hashiru. I keep closing out of my thing. Shiso, I suppose. Kyoso for race. Noboru for climb. Gaki. Is it ga? No, it's ga. Ke, perhaps? Ke. Ga. Ke, yeah, ka, ke. Yeah, gake. So gaki and gake are kind of close. I don't know why. Probably no reason. Pure coincidence. And then iwa. That is wa, right? Wa. Iwa. Spoto. Team. And then baseball is yakiyu. Yakiyu. So, alright. In games, gameu, FPS, they just say that. Strategy, senryaku. Senryaku. Aimu, iru, console is gameu ki. That's an interesting one. I'm sure I commented on that before. RPG, and then monogatari, which is an interesting one. So that's what we have so far. Interesting. I thought I wouldn't have retained most of that, but actually, I think I've retained it pretty well. Other than like, there's a lot of exercise terminology here that that I didn't get very well. So maybe we'll have to revisit that or find some different ways of doing that. But for today, let's start on technology. So, first of all, let's just do the word technology. Technology. Technology, engineering, technique, skill, art, craft. That seems like it fits the bill, and this is Zi Ya Tsu. But I'm not sure that's how it's going to be pronounced.
Gijutsu.
Gijutsu. Okay. Like I said, I haven't actually done this in a while, so I'm getting a little rusty. So this is ZI. So I guess that's their stand-in for G, like JI sound. And then SI is a stand-in for the SHI, SHI sound. Which I probably knew and should know, like, off the top of my head, but I didn't. So, anyway. Gijutsu. Gijutsu. Jitsu. So does that mean this is Jitsu? Technique. I mean, that makes sense. Obviously, I'm thinking of the... where am I? Japanese. Obviously, I'm thinking of the Naruto meme of, you know, blank, blank, blank Jutsu. I guess what it means is technique, skill, art, etc. So, Gijutsu means technology. So there is our first there is our first I'm gonna have to copy and paste that because I don't know how to do this still. I need to get better at thinking and talking at the same time. I'm like, I've realized that I'm actually completely god awful at that. So this might be a good one to look at sentences for. This is a very strange sentence. Potato shochu. Now the potato-like smell has been reduced to a low level through the latest biotechnology. It's like a weird advertisement for a potato drink. In addition to the general curriculum, there are tutorials in the essentials of machinery. Training is also carried out for skills in and learning how to use the various types of machinery. This is all pretty complicated stuff, which I guess I should expect from the word technology. A fault common to scientists is mistakenly believing that every problem has a technical solution. You know, I don't know if that's a thing to do today, but potentially that is something that I should be doing in the future, is going through some of those more complicated sentences, because I bet there's a lot to be learned from that. Yep, of course. But for now, let's just move on to the next word, camera. So it looks like camera. But we also have a couple of other words here. Photographical camera. See also camera. This one says common word, so I'll probably just put that down. But it is interesting to see these. So I guess it's just like a less common usage for the word camera. Okay, I mean that's fine. I'm gonna just use the basic form of it. Oh, I was doing the wrong thing anyway, but that's fine. Alright, so phone. Phone. Telephone, maybe? Oops, telephone, phone. Telephone. Denwa ki. Telephone device. It says it's a common word, so that's good. And then down here we have telephone call, telephone device, abbreviation from this. Okay. I'm willing to accept that. I think cell phone is a different word altogether. And I think they call it a hand phone over there, if I'm not mistaken. And let's get the slash den wa ki. Den wa ki. Yep, looks good to me. That is phone. Operating system. Now this might not have a really good translation. We'll have to see. I mean, I'm sure it has a translation, but it might not be in this dictionary. Or it might be, because this looks promising. Operating system, OS. We have kihon, and then we've got katakana, which I am terrible at. I think that's so. Yep, so. Sohu. To? Sohuto? Softo? Softo. That's interesting. I wonder if that's short for software. Like, alright, this warrants some further exploration. Softo. Let me just search this on its own. Sohuto. Software, computer terminology. Also, softo, I'm guessing this is wa-e. Maybe not software. What's that one? Is that just an ah? Yeah, I think it is. I was fumbling with my pictures down here. Yeah, it's ah. So that's just software. Software. So that's interesting. I'm actually gonna write that down as well. That was not originally on my list, but when you get a good word like that just offers itself up to you, then you got to take it, you know. All right, so how do I want to put this? How about computer program? And I'm just going to copy it over because that's a little bit easier for me right now. And I am going to put computer program / software since that's the actual word that we're using. But yeah, so that's interesting. So then I wonder then what this means. I don't want the Chinese, I want the Japanese version. Kihon, yep, gotcha. I mean, I guess it's like, it's going to be related, but when you get the Chinese translation on Google Translate, it's not Javanese. Japanese. Basic. So basic software. Or foundational software, maybe. Might be worth looking that one up too, but let me just get it copied down so I don't lose my train of thought too much. Paste. Japanese / Kihon. Nope, that's not what I said. Kihon. It really doesn't want to do that, does it? Well then, I guess I'll do this. Copy. Kihon. And just copy this over as well. Softo. Neat. So I think now, let's search this up just so we got a slightly better understanding of what Kihon really means. Basics, fundamentals, basis, foundation. All right, I like it. I mean, it's descriptive. Operating system is kind of like a weird, like, abstract sort of term for basic software. I mean, it's the fundamental software of the computer. So it makes perfect sense. I would say this is a situation where the Japanese word makes more sense than the English word, which is awesome. It's great to see. Anyway, moving on. Microphone. Just switch off of your gosh dang Japanese keyboard. Microphone, mic. Easy enough. Nothing complicated there. I don't even see an alternative. It's just microphone. Mike. Program. Okay, well, I already got that. I didn't realize I already had it written down further down there. Science. Science might be interesting. I'm always a little more excited for these sort of like higher level ideas or abstract topics because I feel like they're going to have an actual native word for it, right? Kagaku. Kagaku. I feel like I see this gaku in a lot of different places. I bet that's some sort of like basic word. Gaku. I bet there's a better study. Okay, that's where I know it from. I bet there's a better way to. There's probably a browser plugin that lets you search kanji easier. Because Google Translate just defaults to Chinese and it's pretty annoying. Gaku. So, yeah, I've definitely searched up how to say like study or like I'm studying Japanese, right? Watashi wa Nihongo ga gaku? I don't know. Is it a verb or is it... Obviously I didn't pay that much attention when I was studying that part. When I was gakuing that part. Alright. Just go ahead and do this. Kagaku. And Japanese slash Kagaku. Beast. Alright, Kagaku. Electronics. Okay, I did switch off my Japanese keyboard. Electronics. Electron. Electronic, like electronic something. Electronic engineering or electronics. There we go. I feel like that's a little better. Denshi ko gaku. Oh, gaku again. The study of something here. Denshi ko. Electronics. Neat. Denshi ko gaku. Electronic engineering. So I wonder if Denshi ko on its own would just be like the field of electronics, but for now, I'm going to say that's fine. There we go. Denshi Kogaku. Telephone number. Get out of here. This is why you can't trust Google Translate. All right. Electricity. Electricity. Denki. Is this... Didn't we have Dengaku earlier? Did we have Dengaku or am I... No, we did have Denwaki. And it does have the same kanji as this den. And that was for phone, which is interesting. So let's see what this means. It means electricity. Okay, but so did the other thing that I just looked up. So electric. So I might want to come back to that. I want to come back to the phone then and look up those component parts. Because it sounds like there might be a deeper story going on there. That's what I try to do with these. All right? I'm not just looking at words. I'm not good at hard memorization. I don't like memorizing stuff. So when I am doing these sessions, what I'm looking for is not just to write down words that I can memorize later. What I'm looking for is the story behind the words, patterns between different words. You know, I'm looking for, I said den key here. and I remember that I saw den in a different thing, so I can cross-reference the two, find out what that means, and then when I encounter that in the future, within a different word probably, I'm going to remember what it means because I did this exercise. That's what this is about. It's not about just copying down words. And I think that's one of the things that got me I got hung up on before, that kind of made me burn out. Is I was just like writing down these words, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm not going to go back and like study this. I'm not going to go back and memorize stuff off of this list. So, it's good. I just need to remind myself why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to get more context, to cross-reference things, to find patterns in the words. I'm not doing it just to get a vocabulary list to memorize. Other people can do that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Some people find it easier to just memorize things off of a list, and they can recall them later easily. For me, it's just not the case. I got to do it this way, and I got to keep switching it up because this does get boring. But anyway, I'm rambling. Let me go back to the phone here and look at these individual characters and just see like... So this is electronic, and this is phone, apparently, wa key. So if I just search for that, okay, I thought I was going to sneeze for a second there. So if I just search for this, there's no result. Interesting. But off on the side here, you can see that this first kanji means something like talk, and the second kanji means something like machine. Interesting. So, so if we put together, and I could have done this on the previous page, so if we put together these three kanji here, den, wa, ki, we get electrical talking machine. And I'm sure nobody who speaks Japanese thinks about it like that. They don't say like, oh, this electrical talking machine that I'm using. But, this is what we're doing here. We're trying to find the story behind the words. And then over here we have electrical talking machine equipment. Device, I guess. Yeah, that's what I like about this stuff. I like finding the story behind the words, and that helps you remember them. That helps you remember them a lot. I may not remember all these kanji because I just like... That's another thing I want to do in the future is I want to have like a kanji stream, where I'm not just doing vocabulary, but I'm specifically looking at kanji. And kanji is vocabulary, but you know what I mean. Because I think I need to build up my familiarity with that. Okay, so I got through that pretty quickly. I do want to look for some sentences to use involving technology, and then I want to do, I want to go back to YouTube sentence mining, since I have the time for it. And hopefully I can fill out the next 7 sentences in this, and then I doubt I'll have time to go through any of it, but for right now, I'm going to take a break and get some coffee. God, that's so disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm going to take a break, get some coffee, and I will be right back. Alright. So now we can get into phase 2. What was I going to do for phase 2? Sentence mining. So, first of all, let me take a look back through the sentences we have so far, because I've already forgotten all of them. It doesn't matter, but okay. So I have stuff like あなたはその歌を歌う方法を知っていますか? I need to work on my pronunciation, obviously, but that's our first one, and this is, do you know how to sing this song? Uta is song, utao is sing. I doubt it's utao. That's how you would pronounce AU in English is ow, but I bet it's au in Japanese, because I don't know. Or maybe it's completely different, I don't know. So that's the first one we have so far. Second one is Anata wa gaki wo enso shimasu ka? And that's, do you play an instrument? Enso being performance. Shimasu ka being something else. It's like, do you? I guess. Obviously I need to go over these. It's been like over a week and a half probably since I did my last full-on sentence mining stream, so. その月と線をひ続けた. On this one, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think this is weirdly formatted. I know that was kind of the reason that I used it, was that I wasn't sure what the end of this sentence means. Tsugi is a useful word, though. If you're watching stuff, Japanese stuff on the internet, you're gonna run into the word tsugi. Yoeru-san wa doko no kuni kara kitan desu ka? Doko no kuni kara Doko no kuni. I already forgot. Country. Okay, which country did you come from? And then kitan. Kuru. Kitan. Kita. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I should be going faster through these because I'm just getting context right now. I'm not actually studying. Ima tanoshiku kita kara desu. So this ima, I've been noticing this kanji everywhere since I started this sentence, since I wrote down this sentence. And it turns out it's very commonly combined with other kanji to describe or to form part of a word having to do with like time or days or something like that. So in this sentence, it's ima, just by itself means like just now, but it is often used in different contexts and stuff. So that's something I've learned recently. My aim is not bad, right? Are no aim ga warui in janai. Yeah. Warui in janai. Yeah. That's a very simple one. Try not to do too much of that, but 家族で旅行に来れて幸せだなって思います. I'm happy because I could travel here with my family. And that was a little girl saying that, I believe. 家族みんなで笑ってる時かな. When all of us are laughing as a family, I guess. Sakuya konsato ni ikimashita ka? Sakuya meaning last night. Fudan no toki ni shiawase wo kanjimasu ka? When do you feel happy normally? Fudan toki ni shiawase wo kanjimasu ka? Undo no tame puru ni mo kayoi hajimeta koro deshita. That is when I started going to the pool for exercise. Undo. Right. Undo no. Okay. 音楽聴いたり、ライブ行ったりするときですね. It's when listening and going to concerts. ですね. And then there's ダメだね. ダメよ、ダメなよ. Which is not terribly useful. Alright. So that's what I have so far. Just getting myself back in the sentence mindset. So, where should we start? I would say maybe start with words about games. And try and find some sentences, some good sentences using that. No, not really what I meant there. Game. So let's search sentences for that. This game is a work of fiction. このゲームは fiction ですね. No, です. Okay, I mean that would be a pretty useless sentence to put in there. Love isn't a game, so you can't just cherry pick the best bits. I think that's profound. Probably. Karaoke, TV games, videos, and a fridge. Love hotels nowadays really have everything. And there's Ima again. Starting to see that one everywhere. What's that called when you start seeing something everywhere? It's the there's a what's the word for that? I forget. Bader Meinhof? Or is that a different one? I don't know. Anyway, let's go to add. I'm gonna have to format this, unfortunately. What the fuck is this? Whoa. What am I looking at here? It's pasted in some sort of a very strange format. What the hell? It's just got like line breaks between each thing. Okay, so I think that's fine. Oh, very strange. I guess that's something to do with the formatting of the website. Okay. Good to know. I think everything else here can be like this. That's very strange. Okay. And then I just need to write the Romanji. I don't know why it's in this list form. Like, it feels a little strange. I didn't do that, but for some reason it's doing that. Alright, karaoke. Game. Videos and a fridge. So I guess that's probably video then. B. Yeah, B. And then this is going to be T, D, O. Okay. Video. Ni. I'm putting down the Romanji, the katakana translation in like directly translated, because I don't want to give it away for myself a little too much, you know. All right, what am I looking at? Videos and a fridge. So that is zo ko dot ima no rabu, I think. Rabu tenan te. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back into this. Nande mo aru no ne. Aru no ne. I'm gonna have to go back into this. This part right here in particular. This. So this is love. Love ho. Labu ho. Ho te. Okay, I bet this all goes together. Labu Hotel. What am I doing? There we go. Rabu Hotel. Nande mo. Nande. Nande means why. Nande mo aru no ne. Yeah, there's some grammar going on at the end of that sentence that I'm not terribly familiar with. Aru no ne. Aru. Mo. Aru. There is everything. Alright, I'm going to pop this into Google Translate. And they're putting it as non-demo aru no ne. Non-demo. I think that should be one word, shouldn't it? Non-demo? Non-demo. Demo. Non. Alright, I'm going to have to go deep on this one. Demo. But, however, though, nevertheless, still, yet, even so. Still. And then this sentence is... that's all wrong. Okay, hold on. Karaoke game Did I? This one. Karaoke, TV games, videos in the fridge. Loved hotels nowadays really have everything. This is so unhelpful. Okay, well, you know what? I tried. Nan demo aru no ne. Nan demo. I guess I'll separate nan and demo. I'm not sure what that means. The last part of that sentence in particular is like, what? Okay. Anyway, let's finish that one up. I keep losing my spot. Where am I? Okay, here I am. Karaoke, TV games, videos, and a fridge. Video. Yes, it's translated very strangely here. But anyway. I'm just going to add that as is, because I don't actually understand the sentence. And then I'm going to move on to another sentence that I can hopefully understand more of. So let me find another word, maybe find one that's a little better. Let's try story. Why not? All right. The story got more and more interesting. The story got more and more exciting. The story drew to a conclusion. How about the last part of the story? The action of the story takes place on an island. Okay, so there's a lot of nice, simple sentences here, or at least superficially simple. I think I like this one. I was moved to tears by the tragic story. There's a lot of stuff going on in this sentence, but the idea of it is very simple, which is what I want. So, let's give that one a go. It is going to do the exact same thing. So I just have to do this. Monogatari. Kanashi. That would be sad, I'm thinking. I thought it was something else, but Kanashi. Sadness.
Kanashi.
Kanashi monogatari ni. Sad story, tragic story here. Kanashi monogatari ni. Namo na. Is that mo? Yeah. Namo de. No, it's me, isn't it? Namide. Namide. What is that? Tears. Namide wo moyo ashita. Hosted.
催した
I don't think that's hosted. I'll be honest with you. That doesn't sound right. To hold an event or to feel. That's an interesting those are two very different definitions for one word. Yeah, very strange. To hold an event, to give a dinner party, etc., but also to feel emotion, a sensation, to show signs of. Very strange. I'm sure there's some sort of very specific connotation to that word in Japanese that doesn't really come across in the sort of dry dictionary translation. But anyway, that's fine. I'm going to just do this manually, I think. Which means I'm going to have to do this and this. Okay. So, ka. Oh no, I was going to do the romanji here, wasn't I? Not ka, na, shi, monogatari, ni, na. Alright, I should double check because that I don't remember if it's me or mo. It's me, and mo is the weird J looking thing. Alright. Namida, na, mi, da. What am I looking at? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong. No, I'm not. The one underneath it also has that word in it, namida. So I got confused for a second. Moyo o shita. Moyo o shita. Okay, moyo shita. I don't know how to like yo-o. I don't know how to exactly pronounce that, but it's fine. I was moved to tears by the tragic story. I was moved to tears by the tragic story. And then in that, I'm going to put monogatari equals story. And also kanashi equals sad or tragic or whatever. Okay. That's one. I think there's a lot of this here that looks pretty decent. Yeah. Looks pretty decent, but it's also like kind of simple. So I think I'm going to look for something else. Let's take a look at electricity. Electricity. Denki, right? Denki. Can you imagine what our life would be like without electricity? When a coil is moved near to a wire with current flowing in it, current flows in the coil as well. It's not super true. I mean, I guess it is, but that's not... You need two coils, not a wire and a coil, I think. I mean, I guess technically inductance happens whenever there's current flowing in a conductor, but it's going to be very weak. You need two coils in order to make significant inductance. Probably. Anyway. The lights in the bathroom aren't working. Denki. Yokushitsu no denki ga. Yokushitsu, that'd be bathroom. bathroom. 浴室。
浴室。
浴室の電気がつきません。つきません。つきません。Don't stick. That's probably not it, but I think that sounds decent. That's a pretty simple sentence. It's actually shorter in Japanese than it is in English, it looks like. Okay, yoku shitsu no denki ga tsuki tsukimasen. That's an easy one. The lights in the bathroom are not working. So in the bathroom are not working. And I'll put denki. And I'll also put yokushitsu. Yokushitsu equals bathroom. That's probably a pretty useful one. It's probably one of those things that you learn very early on if you're taking a traditional, in classroom class in Japanese is like bathroom, kitchen, living room. But being self-taught, I only learn those things if I try to go out of my way to learn those things, so. Okay, let me see how many cards I have in there now. There's an easy way to look at that, wasn't there? I'm sure there was. There it is, 16. So I just need 4 more. I think I will probably try and do that tomorrow. Get 4 more sentences made, and then and that shouldn't take all day, although I am pretty slow with adding sentences. A combination of being indecisive and just trying to, take longer to understand each part of the sentence as best I can, which I think is probably ultimately a good idea, but it does make me a bit slow. So I wanted to end off by just talking about some of the ideas that I had. First of all, I was watching Devin Nash yesterday, who, if you don't know, is a Twitch streamer. He talks about like the business of YouTube and Twitch a lot. I've been getting a lot of inspiration from him. The thing I thought about yesterday was that I should probably, first of all, I should really make a new channel for this stuff, because my Capture God 64 channel is really just a hodgepodge of stuff going back to when I was, just out of high school. But that's fine because I'm not taking it too seriously right now. The other thing I was thinking about was that I should make clips out of some of the stuff that I'm doing on these larger videos, because I know that the long videos, they're not super interesting, they're not super engaging. I've tried to sort of mitigate that by putting timestamps in the description, but the timestamps are pretty general, and I think a lot of people would be more open to just clips. So I'm trying to keep conscious of that in the back of my mind while I'm making this. I think I had a couple of good moments today that I could probably clip, and I need to go back through my other streams and clip out good moments, which there have been a few. So I think that would probably help discoverability for sure. And then if people see the clips and they like it, then they might check out the full videos. And if they check out the full videos and they like it, then they might try and check out my Twitch channel. And then if they do that, then they might subscribe, or I guess I don't have subscriptions unlocked, but they might just follow and start chatting. So far, I've been streaming to absolutely nobody, which is fine. Like I said earlier, I can't really stream properly right now anyway because my internet speeds are so bad. So it's more of a practice than anything. And the YouTube side of it's going to be more the commercial side, I guess. And it has gotten some attention, not really, like 10 views or something, and I think 3 of those are mine. But still, 10 views is nothing to sniff at because, I've got 10 views is more than most of my Morrowind episodes had from back in the day. Of course, those videos didn't have thumbnails, and I didn't try with the title at all. And I was still kind of going off of the old Let's Play format, which I think I could probably do better today, but anyway, I'm rambling a bit. So I want to make clips. I want to have a different channel just for the Japanese stuff. I want to download the Adobe Creative Suite and start properly editing videos, and I want to make an intro for myself. I want to make a waiting screen. I want to make an overlay, and I want to make my thumbnails more professional in Photoshop. And then in addition, I want to do streams that are more like tentpole streams, doing the spaced repetition, but whenever I get something wrong, I have to spin a wheel or do a roulette to decide some sort of punishment, or some sort of challenge or whatever. I need to think of ideas for that. And then another thing I thought of was what's the most interesting thing you can do learning a language, and that is probably speaking to native speakers, which is terrifying, but would definitely be entertaining for the stream. So I think I should consider adding in some sort of element of going online and actually finding people to speak with. I've got a couple ideas for that, but it's terrifying, so I'm not sure I want to do it. But yeah, so I don't know. We're doing stuff. I'm gonna be live tomorrow, I believe, and I can't stream on weekends because living with my family, and weekdays from 8 to 3 is basically all the time I have to stream. But yeah, I'll be live tomorrow and hopefully the next week as well. So see you then.